In this video, I'm going to talk about what is happening on a longer term basis. You see, what is happening in Ukraine and in the conflict between Russia and Ukraine has a long history. In fact, you find that in China itself, right, there was a period back in the 400th century, to be precise, 304 to 439, when China was united by the Qing Emperor, Qing Shi, the first emperor of China, and later, right, it disintegrated, and that's why I call this the de-integral dynamics. And China was split up into a collection of 16 states. Then of course you find that most interestingly in Russia, right, is now split up too, right? In 1990 the Berlin Wall fell and it split up into 15 or 17 states depending on how you count it. What I'm trying to say is that the world, right, there are certain dynamics. And of course you find that only in a country like China with 5,000 years of continuing civilization, you could look at these things from a more dispassionate and more objective basis. And my interesting question is, the leader of Russia, whoever it may be, right, will try to reintegrate what I call people of the same Rus culture back into the former Soviet Union. It is a natural tendency. As they say in the Three Kingdoms, opening line of Three Kingdoms, right? Fen, he, fen. And what is united as one will disintegrate, and what is disintegrated will become one again. I wrote this book in a chapter in this book that I edited, and is Finance and Strategy Inside China, where I actually, in the first chapter, discuss about that the world is entering into a de-integral dynamics. And who knows, right? US may well be the next in the list, right? Clinton talked about US as the last empire. No, I will not agree to that. I think US will start to expire rather than remain as an empire. And of course, what we all hope for, whatever that happens to this world, there will be some level of integration. A city integrated into a province into a state into, and finally into United Nations. My particular interest in Russia started when my book was translated into Russian. And you see they even have my Russian name here. And that's how I began to read about Russian history, and especially about World War II and the remarkable contribution by Russia to ending World War II. And of course, the great general like Zhukov, who fought the Japanese in Mongolia. As a result of which the Japanese decided not to proceed with Russia, and they turn around and proceed on Southeast Asia and China. Anyway, let us hope that whatever happened in Ukraine, that be a ceasefire and that there be peace again. But remember one thing very important, that we are all of the human race. And this sanction here and sanction there doesn't make sense at all, because whenever there's a sanction, you hurt both the buyer and the seller. Alright, let's be trivial on that. Like Sun Tzu had always emphasized, very importantly, that is that there should not be war. The greatest strategy is win by not fighting. And of course, I got a deep interest in this instance in the disintegration of Russia and how and whether it will be reintegrated as my own ancestor during that period, we call it the period of 16th Kingdom, by the name of Fujian. Alright, Fujian. He actually was known as the former Qing Emperor, and he tried to reintegrate China back into one again. Anyway, that's another story. Thank you.